guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you how I made this Suicide Squad Joker's outfit. There will be another video for the makeup look after this one. So if you are interested how I made this, please keep on watching. I will try to explain it as good as possible I can. So I was searching this crocodile letter straight that it would be purple, but I couldn't find it anywhere, and I tried to search like some Europe stores and Amazon, but there was really nothing. So I did find this silver crocodile leather, and I bought it and thought I'm gonna dye it. I wasn't really sure is it gonna work, but this was the like closest, like the pattern and everything that I could find, and it was from this Finnish website, so it came very like fast. I had this pattern for my boyfriend's jacket. I dropped them a couple of years ago for thinking of making him like, you know, the sweet jacket. So I dropped these patterns for his size, but I did have to make of course the changes because this would be long one and also the collar part would be different. So I did make some test piece out of this cool leopard bedsheet, old one. And when it fitted perfectly, I drew the patterns and gathered it out. So I only found this one leather fabric paint, and I didn't know is it gonna work. And for the leather it says it has to sit on 1 or 2 weeks it to be dried, and if you apply it on the normal fabric you can a little bit wait it to dry, and then you can heat it with the iron. I did buy these in silver, purple, black, red and white for all of this, like to make this outfit. White was actually dried out, but I managed to use that too with some little water there. On the coat I did mix purple and silver too to get this a little bit like a sheen, but it was really not necessary when the silver on the fabric was kinda did that job, that it was that nice and shiny. After that we're just gonna let it dry and then start sewing these. So first thing what you wanna sew is this. I googled that it would be dart. So I'm actually not sure, but kinda like this one you saw it. So this piece looks now like this, and then here is kinda like what you saw. And after, when you have that one, you will be sewing this one to this one to this one, and then you wanna sew like these ones, and then you will be sewing like the back piece, but stop it here. And then you will be doing the same on your inside layer, but on the inside layer you will probably not have like, you will not do this one. So basically your fabric would be like this. This will be the front fabric, and also this part will be the front fabric too. And then the rest is like the lining fabric. And basically what you wanna like top stitch these. Basically this one will be like just on top of this inside fabric, and this piece is like it's not on top, so you're gonna just like top stitch this one here. Then you wanna be sewing on the collar. So basically this corner in the collar have to come here. When this part stops in here, so what is here sewing is this one also sewing. So basically then you will be having like that fabric here, like this. So after the inside and the outside part was done, I did test it on that they would go on top of each other or they would be like same sized. And yeah, it did look good. And also the leather paint holds quite nicely. Now we can sew on the sleeves, and I did put there on top of the shoulder this decorational piece. I will be putting there the button, and then on same on the lining fabric. Then I will be sewing pocket on the lining, like inside, like this one pocket, and same kind of like kind of pocket is gonna be on outside, like those two pockets. And this is the point where you really can fuck things up because if it doesn't come right, it's gonna look ugly. So that's like, I hate this part. So on this picture, here is the pocket now, and it continues like here. So you wanna have like a line of the length, and then you will be placing fabric here that will be 0.75 where you sew it, plus 0.75 what is gonna show. So basically it's like 1.5. Then here comes like the pocket lid, and on top of it like the inside pocket lining. And then when you are sewing, you wanna also mark this part, like where it should stop. So it's like just exact same. And then you gonna sew them. And then you wanna cut them, but not on the pocket fabric, of course. And then cut it like this. And it has to come just on these corners. And then you flip it. Then here will be the sides what are turning. And then the pocket back. And of course you will have like the fabric continuous here, like on these ones. Pocket backs. And then you inside wanna also sew like these parts. So basically this triangle thing you will be sewing onto like this fabric what is turning there. Stop stitching it, and then you turn this pocket there, and like this top pocket back, like this part, and then you top stitch here, and then you will be just stitching this one, and you will be having the pocket of a lifetime. After the pockets, I added this extra piece on the bottom of the sleeve. I sew it first to the lining and then turned it over and then top stitch it. Then you can just sew the top fabric and the lining together, but leave the hem part without sewing because there will be the back slit. So I did sew the hem by hand at the end. And then you can just top stitch these. Also you wanna sew the collars on the neck together, so just turn the jacket over and just sew the collar seams together on the like back side, so they would hold in places. And also you might wanna sew shoulder tabs because they always make the coats look so much more fitting.
So in here on the armpit seam and on the inside armpits like part, you wanna place like fabric piece, stitch it by here and stitch it by here into the front piece and the in lining in there. So here's like the piece and then it's attached. So basically like the sleeve doesn't move on its place. So basically it holds on the armpit and let it be like loose. So it doesn't need to be like tight small piece. So on the back slit, when these are basically like together and same as on the lining fabric, this one you wanna be sewing straight down, like together with the inside fabrics. So just this is like not needed. And on this side, you wanna be sewing them on here. So basically then this fabric is gonna like come into here, like this top piece is there. And on this slit, you can go like inside and sew this on its place, like on inside of the linings.
So I wanted to do the buttons with the crocodile leather also, but I couldn't find any like already existing ones. So I did buy these buttons where you can cover it in your own fabric, but since the leather is very thick, at least this one, that's why I tried to search for some other options. But if you are gonna do this, I recommend cutting it to the circle, sewing the sides by hand, and then tightening it as goodly as you can. Apply the bottom side, and then with some sharp thing push the fabric inside there. Sorry for the quite blurry picture. And to it to hold, because it would, the bottom just would pop out if I leave it here, because the fabric is so thick under. I did add super glue on the sides, so the buttons hold very well with the super glue on the sides of them, and it's sticking in my hands. Buttons are done and we can sew them on the jacket. I did sew on also the buttonholes. I had to do that on hand because I don't have the machine for it. But there was 3 buttons, so not that big deal. And here is the finished jacket, a little bit close up. So here I'm showing the back slit, and I did top stitch it on top of like every fabric because it was so thick the fabric and the slit was just flying like a crazy. So I just did that and yeah, it's not bothering me that much. Next we are gonna do the pants, and for these I bought gold and silver, this kind of like satin like lining fabric, same as the purple one on my jacket's lining. And my boyfriend had these swimming shorts and they were just right size and like a little bit baggy and good length, so I just took a pattern out of them. And it's also much easier to do them if you have existing clothes like same sized. I just cut the all parts with this golden fabric. And on the pants there is the silver part, so I will be just cutting the silver part like this. Then I placed it on top of the gold one, pinned it there with the needles, and then just cut it out the excess part of the golden fabric. And you only gonna need to do this on the other side of the pants, so on like back and front side, one of them. And we needed to do the stripes and the stars on these, so I'm using again the same purple fabric paint, and this time we can just iron it, so we don't need to wait as long. I did place this painter tape. I tried to a little bit make them not that sticky because I was scared that it's gonna rip off the fabric, so I just a little bit taped like my pants and then just placed it on there. They were still sticking on like extremely hard and it ripped a bit of the backside. And when they were dry, on the next day I did these stars on them, and I have cut the pattern out with this plastic sheet what comes on the eyeshadow packages. I tapped on the star with my finger, and after that I took a brush and painted them if there was something to fix. And I actually did place the stars wrong than on the real panties. Also the stripes on the back went wrong, so the line all together, but the gold stripe should have been what is on top, and on mine it shows a bit purple there. And when the pieces were dried, I did iron them, and then I sewed the pants. So you sew first the silver stripes on the gold one and top stitch them on the silver side. Then the sides and the crotch and all the parts to make them pants. And also I did stripe this waist piece with the purple paint, and that was just the leftover, so it doesn't reach on the other side actually. I placed the waist piece with the rubber band inside with needles to the pants, and then started stop stitching the band so it would be like wrinkled. So I stitched it around 1 centimeter apart from each other, so 4 stitches, and the waistband was 5 centimeters thick, plus of course 1 centimeters seams there. Then I sew it to the pants and top stitch it on the pants side, not on the rubber band anymore. And then I just sew the bottom hem, and they are done. I did iron them because now they just look like that. And yeah, I did added the damaged text later on them. I did paint it just with some golden paint, and it's like flaking away, but it did last the one night and is still there. But yeah, these are done. So then for the bat sign leggings, these leggings are mine, but they do fit my boyfriend, so I will be using these ones since I don't really ever use leggings. I don't get the point. This white paint was actually dried out, so I didn't wanna contact the people that they would send me a new one, so I'm just gonna work it out with this. And so I just tap on my finger the shapes onto the leggings, and then I a little bit pour their water to make it more liquidy, but it's still quite the texture is not nice on the paint when it's so dry. Then I just take a brush and painted all the signs there, and they did dry a little bit sheer, so I did go over them with another layer of this. The pants and these Batman leggings I did go over with the flat iron, so the paint will hold there and never leave. Then the shoes. So I was basically looking for these kind of shoes because my other ones are going broken. And we actually found these at the sale at our supermarket. So when we went to buy them, they didn't actually cost even that money. They were just even cheaper. Like, that was a nice surprise. These shoes costed like 14 euros or something, very cheap. So I'm just gonna paint the face or mouth on this one and wear them throughout the winter. So I'm using the same fabric leather paints as on the other clothes. I did buy the red one, and for the deeper shades I'm mixing it with black and lighter shades with the white one. And it did turn out very good, and it actually holds. I did top coat it with this like flexible top coat matte, so it doesn't look like I have done it, and you can't see any lines of like any top layers or anything, that they just match really well.
put your hands on me, trust me, watch me, give you a good time, touch me, love when you put your hands on me. Give you a good time. Give you a good.
And for the last, I'm just using this really tiny nail art brush to line the teeth and make kind of like this marking onto the teeth. And also I did shade the teeth with kind of like mixed black and white to get gray.
Give you a good time.
So after the teeth were done, I did do a little bit of dark gray shading kind of like onto the gums, and then I let them sit a week and then I top coat it. And also I did add these chains.
Give you a good.
Moving on to the walking stick. What is called? It was walking stick. Nice. So my boyfriend made it and I did coat it with the gesso primer with couple of layers. So he sanded it and then we spray painted it with the purple paint. All the detailing I did made with this Worbla. So you need heat gun and you heat it and then you can shape it. So I wasn't sure is it gonna work, but it actually did and it looks quite fine, even though like all these didn't really look that great. So I was a little bit skeptic that it's not gonna work, but this was still better than just carving out the shapes. It would take even more time than this one. And basically I think I did this like 2 days before Halloween, so I was in a quite rush. So then I'm just taking this gold paint. It's some what you paint like the miniature kind of things. I did have it already, so I just used this one. And then for the middle glitter part, so basically I did pour on my cup this glossy top coat and added there some purple, 4 different kind of like purple shades glitter, quite much, and then applied it 3 layers on there, and it actually really gave this nice like glitter coating on it, and the glitter stays there very well because it's stuck on with the top coat. I added these diamonds. Diamonds, they're real ones. Can you imagine? And then I used the glossy top coat again and used quite thick coat on top of the glitter, and then I used it like everywhere, and I did do this 2 times. So the glitter wouldn't leave even though you like rub it or it's in your hands, so it would be staying there on its place. And this is the last piece to do. The gun was actually 3D printed and a little bit sanded and painted, so it was not the right gun because we didn't find it and we were in quite hurry, so I just added there with the Worbla some of my like own designs to make it look more like his gun. I've been editing this video for so long because there's just so much things to show, but I hope it's even a bit helpful if you're gonna do something like this. And also the sewing part and explaining it that someone would actually understand what I mean. It's like probably not happening that you would understand it. But if you did, that's great. And do tell me if you used any of my extremely amazing instructions for that. And this is just how it looked on my boyfriend, who I made the whole outfit at the beginning. And if you did make this far and watch the whole video, like, you're amazing. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this extremely long video. Yeah, see you on my next one. Bye.